Is there anything else you want to add?
Actually, yes. So I don't know if you guys have been noticing. It's something in the air, maybe. I don't know, but it's the DMV's time to shine, and everybody is flourishing right now. We're in the DMV right now. We're in Maryland right now with Capital Spotlight. We have a whole bunch of stars in the room. Y'all can't see, but this is the year that we actually get to be put on, and we can stand here and be here for like a good amount of time because we have so much talent, and we just have an amazing roster coming out the DMV, whether it's people who do music, people who do photography, people who do whatever the case may be. We have a whole bunch of people that are coming out of here that are just amazing. So stay tuned, honestly, because in the next few years, we're definitely going to be taking over. This is Xlovclo, and you locked in with Capital Spotlight Chords.
What's up, Xlovclo?
Not much. Here with Capital Spotlight again. Y'all know it's going to be another banger.
Oh, funny. Tell us about the beginning. Like, how did you come up with Xlovclo, the name? Who is Xlovclo?
The beginning, it all started in my room, or at my house. Actually, it starts there. I came up with the name because it's like Xlovclo, or it's multiple names to it, but Xlovclo is like a letter, so it's just like, this is my farewell to the world, or like actually my introduction to the world, but also a farewell because y'all gonna see me again here and there. But it's also Clo v Clo, like Clo versus Clo, like Scott Pilgrim versus the world. But in the movie, he really had to fight himself to overcome everything, so that's why it's Clo versus Clo.
What are some early influences in your life that inspired you to do music?
My mom, she definitely had me and my siblings getting into instruments very young, very early. So I was like 2, 3, learning how to play the guitar. I wasn't very good or anything like that. I was just messing around. But that's where it started off, and I was like a toddler, basically just learning how to play instruments. And it just kind of snowballed from there and got like bigger and bigger, and I started to love it more and just kind of get into more instruments, more styles of music, and eventually start recording and making my own music.
What was your first studio session like?
It was on my phone. It wasn't a real session, but it was on my phone. I was using GarageBand, and I would plug my headphones into my phone, and then I would hang it like on I had a bunk bed, right? So I would hang the cord over my bunk bed and make it like the microphone is hanging in the booth type shit, and that's how I would record. So that shit, it was chaotic, but it worked for the time being, and it was really fun.
Who inspires your style?
Drake, Kanye, Party Next Door, Kehlani. I love Beyonce, I love Rihanna, I love SZA. I love like all the early 2000s artists, or not, not all of them, but a lot of early 2000s artists inspire me because I just love how classy that is. And you can see that in stuff like Knopf, or like videos like Knopf, how the way it was shot and the vibe and the energy that was behind it.
Is there any SoundCloud inspirations you have, like anyone on SoundCloud who inspires your style?
My friends, of course. I love Trench Baby Eli. Shout out my friends, shout out Eli, shout out Court, shout out Casey, shout out Alyssa, shout out everybody for real. But I love Kaido, Cario, of course. Fall, I love Fall. His music is great. There's a lot of people who inspire it, but those are just a few. And then obviously Cash Dami, he's great. There's a whole bunch of people that inspire from like that SoundCloud era. So it's like basically everybody, the whole underground inspires me to a certain extent.
So to dive more into the music, this is a question I know a lot of people have, and I've been wondering this for a while, 2 months, because you always post about John. Who is John?
Nobody knows who John is. John is actually an alias. John is John Doe. So I don't know who John is. John doesn't know who John is. Nobody knows who John is. It's just somebody out there wandering. Sooner or later, he might be found, but you know what I mean? I'll know when I'm there, I guess. But yeah, as right now, John is not to be found.
So is the song gonna remain not to be found as well?
Yeah, I gotta keep it on the low. I actually played it in here a couple minutes ago. I played it, but it's gonna be under wraps for a minute. So yeah.
Okay, is there any new projects you're working on right now?
Actually, I got like 3 or 4 projects stacked up. So there's a lot of new stuff I have, but I don't know when I'm gonna release it. And who knows, I might not release it. I hold on to my music a lot, so it really depends on the vibe.
How does it feel for What the Fuck to hit 1 million views or hit 1 million listens?
It was amazing, honestly. I didn't know like it was that big until like months afterwards, when I'm going through TikTok and I see it's blown up under this sound. It's blown up over a drill remix, then there's a sped up remix, then there's a slowed remix, then there's this and a third. So it was definitely amazing seeing like a song get like that big and hitting like millions of streams within like a month. So it was just amazing, honestly. It was just a very surreal feeling.
Was there any like specific time like where your song was played or it got shouted out and it was like, damn, that's crazy, like they reposted it?
Shit, Lil Nas X, of course. I didn't learn about Lil Nas X liking it until like a week after he posted it. Obviously, Doja Cat, Cody Shane was fucking with me too, Bankroll Hayden. It's just a whole bunch of like stars and stuff that were fucking with me, and it's like amazing to see that like people recognize the talent and stuff.
Would you consider What the Fuck Come and Be?
Everything is Come and Be, cause when I came up with Come and Be, I was on shrooms and shit, so I was just like, you know what, everybody's come. We're basically like, you know what I mean? It's just about, everything is like production. Everything I touch and I make, it's like a child in a certain sense when it comes to like my art. So it was just some junkie behavior, but yeah.
So you mentioned shrooms. Is there any advice you want to give to the viewers about shrooms?
Don't do them if you're not ready. I mean, it depends. You got to be right in the head to do those. So just be careful. If you want to do anything, y'all are going to do it. Y'all are grown adults or whatever the case may be. But just be careful and just kind of have like a good mindset and be in like a protected area, I guess. I don't know. That's all I would say.
We see you go from dress to a buzz cut. Is there a symbolic meaning behind it?
Honestly, it was a mental breakdown. I didn't really get to answer that and be like honest about that with anybody just yet. So y'all got to hear first. It was just a mental breakdown. And then I wanted to cut my hair because I was just tired of the locks and shit. But I'm growing my hair back out now, and I'm in a better mental state, so it's really important to take care of yourselves and make sure that you're putting yourselves around the right people.
You just dropped a song with Cash Dami. How did that come together?
I was in New York. He sent me the open. I got the open that same day. I wrote like 2 verses to it, right? But then none of them were like, I was like, fuck it, I don't really like these. So then I re-recorded another one, and I just punched in for the last verse I did, which is the verse that got published with it. And then, yeah, I was out in New York. I recorded that at a nice studio, world-class studio in New York. So it was just a really good time. And honestly, I love the song, and I know everybody else loves the song too, so it's just a very like nice thing.
How did you and Cash Dami connect?
Okay, so I used to be in this collective called AFR. Shout out to AFR. They have a whole bunch of talented artists, but I know that some of the members in that group, they all know Cash Dami. And you know he's from here. He's from the DMV, so it was just a matter of time type of thing. But shout out to AFR.
I remember when we were shooting a music video, Sucker Punch, first music video we shot together. And like, before we shot the video at the scene, some crazy shit happened. Like, what's one of the most craziest experiences you had like while on the job or while working?
Oh, damn. Damn. Shit, I'm trying to think, because I had a couple jobs. Otis.
As an artist.
As an okay, good. Okay. As an artist, probably that, I think, because, okay, can I tell a little story time?
Go ahead.
Basically, what happened was we was in downtown Silver Spring. Everybody, like a whole bunch of people pulled up to shoot the Sucker Punch music video and pop out and shit. But we get there, right? And then it's somebody, they boxing outside for like a gram, I think. A gram of weed or something, a gram of Reggie. But nah, they was outside boxing and shit. And he accidentally knocked the crackhead out, and the nigga cracked his head open. And the nigga was already leaning and shit, so all he had to do was just like you probably wouldn't have heard no snap or nothing like that, but basically a crackhead got knocked out. The police and the ambulance had to come. I don't know why I'm laughing, that shit's kind of fucked up, but if you was there, you remember, and it was crazy as hell.
Nah, if you was there, it was funny as shit. Nah, for real. Have you had any crazy fan experiences yet?
Yes, the other day somebody called my phone. I don't know who it was. It was off of no caller ID, but somebody called me up while I was recording. I'm thinking it's my friend fucking around. So I answered. They called me up, they started singing in my ear and shit, and they're like, they leaked your number on TikTok, which I don't know who the fuck it was. My number did not get leaked. I don't know what the fuck that was, but yeah, that was one experience. That was just one experience.
That might have been John calling you.
Hopefully.
If you weren't making music, what do you think you'd be doing?
Shit. I probably would have been playing basketball right now. Probably in college playing basketball.
So you really like basketball?
Yeah, definitely. I love basketball. I grew up playing basketball. My dad was a college basketball player till he had like a knee injury or something, towards ACL, some shit like that. So I love basketball. It runs in the family to play basketball. So yeah.
So who's your favorite player?
Damn. I'm a little biased, but I do like the Ball brothers. I like LaMelo. I like Lonzo. So I would say the Ball brothers, they're my favorite players for real.
Who do you think's about to win the finals?
Shit. I mean, the Celtics, they seem like they wanted more a little bit right now, but It's hard to tell, but if anybody want to bet money on it, I'm gonna say the Warriors. We could place, I don't know, $10 bet, $20 bet.
What's up?
$10, $20.
If you serious.
I put down a scratch card.
Against who? Wait, okay. So you said the Celtics against the Warriors, $20. Okay.
No, I'm fucking. I'm not serious. I'm not serious.
Okay. Okay.
Nah.
When you sit down and record, how do you prep for a stu session? Like, what do you need to do before you sit down and record, or while you're recording, to keep you in your zone?
Honestly, this is a little bad, but smoking a little bit of weed don't hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Especially you just want to loosen up. You know what I mean? Some type of vice in the studio with me is always like cool, because it just allows me to be me and say whatever the fuck I want to say. But honestly, just smoking some weed, chilling the fuck out, relaxing, and letting, like, you know what I mean, all that bullshit, just letting everything go and putting it into the song. That's how I prepare. I don't really write, but I can write. But I just punch in and just relax, basically.
So you record yourself. Any advice for young artists who are also trying to become engineers as well?
Just do it. Basically, you just got to do it and figure it out and learn off of YouTube and shit, because I remember when I wasn't engineering my stuff, I would be so upset because, like, engineers would kind of, like, fuck with my shit, and it just wouldn't be what I wanted it to be, so I had to learn how to do it myself. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made, because now I master my music, I can mix it, and I can do whatever the hell I want with my music, being underground and unsigned. So, yeah.
Is there any engineers or producers that you want to shout out that really helped you in your career?
Okay, Ty South, Ronan's Realm, shit, let me remember everything. Isaiah, Seti, shit, there's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch of people, honestly. I'm trying to think of everybody. But Ronan's Realm, Isaiah, Seti, Basura / Uhart Tessero. Who else do I have a lot of? Okay, Kai, Yes Okay. It's people that I have, like, Da Vinci. Shout out Da Vinci too. Da Vinci is one of, like, the biggest ones. Da Vinci. And yeah, basically all of them, they helped me a lot. They helped me by sending me lots of good beats and just kind of always, like, supporting my artwork and, like, never, like, trying to tell me what type of songs to make, but just sending me shit and letting me do whatever I want with it, and then we come back to it later on and we're like, wow, this is, like, actually awesome. So shout out to all those producers.
When it comes to your music videos, we work a lot with music videos, and I can't lie, every video we've been able to hit. So when we record your videos, I notice, like, the music tends to, like, set a vibe for the video, and, like, the cadence of the music, like, once we hear it, we know exactly what look we want to go for. Also, with you giving us ideas as well, how do you try to convey your energy and your cadence through your music, make people feel you?
I just try to be as transparent as possible and just talk as much shit as I can, because everybody can relate to it in some type of way. And I try to be very, like, metaphorical, so it's like, it's not just like you're listening to music, like, you're seeing it in your head, you're painting a picture, but you're also putting together pieces within your own life. And it's just, like, about understanding and comprehension and just, like, you know what I mean, just vibing out, basically. So yeah.
I'm gonna mean to ask you this question. I'm not sure if you do this or not. When you record your songs, like, do you record your voice or the beat in, like, a certain frequency? Cause, like, I know with music, there's a way you can record it to make it, like, very addicting or, like, ear candy to the ears. And with your songs, like, I hear that a lot. Like, you would sit there and listen to your songs and get lost in the sound for real. So, like, how do you do that?
So I learned how to, or actually, basically, circling back to the producer's question, Tessero, Uhart Tessero, or formerly known as Basura, he makes all of his beats in a special hertz, right? So basically, off of that, or hearing that type of thing, him do that, it inspired me to kind of use hertz within my own vocals and kind of train myself to tune my voice to a certain frequency. So it's just like something, it feels really good, very healing, and it's like an outer body experience when you're listening to the music. So yeah, I just trained myself basically to just kind of put my voice into another hertz frequency. So then when you hear it, it's like nothing you ever heard before. It's like not liquid crack, but like audio crack. I don't know if that's, like, the way to put it, but yeah.
What do you think is the key to your blow up?
Consistency. I'm always consistent. I post a lot of videos. I was posting videos about blowing up before I even blew up. I was posting videos trying to tell people, like, this is how you're gonna make your shit blow up before I even blew up. Basically, I've always had that belief within myself, and the proof is in the pudding, of course, but I always believed in myself. I've always been very consistent. I'm a hard-ass worker. I was working 20+ hours a day on music, and I was also engineering those pieces as well. So it shows that, like, my blow up wasn't an accident, and it just shows that the hardest worker is always gonna win, because hard work beats talent all day, every day.
Do you do anything besides play music? Like, do you have any hobbies you do, like sports or anything like that?
I played basketball past tense, but I love basketball still. I engineer, which I know that's music still, but yeah, basketball, engineering, going outside, going for walks and shit. Sometimes reading, but it depends on the type of day. You know what I mean? Every day is a different vibe, so it just depends on the day. This Capital Spotlight Chords episode 7. Click here to subscribe.